This is showing you how you love the Lord with all your heart. He say, don't bow down and have no graven images, and don't serve any other graven images. Don't put no other God before you. That was the first one he said. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, don't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Okay. Then he turned around and said, keep the Sabbath day. Sanctify this particular day. This is how you show the Lord that you want to be a part of him, that you love him. Okay. Keep reading verse 13.
6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
This is the Lord's Sabbath day that we're talking about here in these commandments. This is not Moses. This is not the Jews' Sabbath. This is not my Sabbath. This is the Lord's Sabbath day. Go ahead, keep reading, brother.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
Let's skip down to verse 16, because we saw, he told Jesus, said, I got 2 commandments. Love the Lord with all your heart, and then love your neighbor. And then he said, on these hang all the law and the prophets. So right now we seeing that we breaking the 2 down. And what we doing is, we just show how you love, in the law, we just show how you love the Lord. Now we're going to show the other part. We're going to show how you love your neighbor. Go ahead. Verse 16.
Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So from a child, the first thing that we told to do is honor our mother and our father. So when you first come, even the kids got something they got to do. The children got to keep these commandments. And as they grow, the parent is supposed to be teaching the child what else to do. So the first thing they got to do is learn and keep these commandments, or honor their mother and father. Go ahead. Let's look at the next one.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. This, if I love this brother, I won't kill this brother. I mean, that's just plain as day. And we know that this is still some good. The problem we having is connecting the 2. Seeing that the first half of the 10 commandments is still good, and the second half is still good as well. But go ahead, keep reading.
Neither shalt thou commit adultery.
Right. See, if I love this brother, I'm not going to sleep with his wife. If I don't love him, then I'm going to be at his back door soon as he run out the front door, trying to get his old lady. Keep reading, though.
Neither shalt thou steal.
Right. I'm not going to take his goods if I love him. See, the Lord, he knew what he was talking about when he said, on these 2 hang all the law and the prophets. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife. Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor.
Okay, that's good. So now we're going to get some more clarity on loving the Lord. Let's go to Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 19. You know, in my notes I had we were supposed to stop at verse 15. We didn't read the whole 10, but it's okay, because the first half is what we're going to talk about and deal with now, of those 10 commandments. And that's Leviticus chapter 19, and start reading in verse 3 when you get there.
You shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God.
Go ahead.
Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am the Lord
So he's
your
showing
God.
you how you love him. You know what I'm saying? After he told you to honor your mother and your father, he say, look, keep my Sabbaths. Then he turned around and said, don't turn to no idols, nor make to yourself graven gods, molten gods, for I am the Lord. Let's skip down to verse 26. Leviticus, same chapter, verse 26. Excuse me, brother, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe time.
So he telling you here, he like, look, you don't eat nothing with the blood, neither do you don't be going out to these soothsayers, and don't be dealing with this astrology crap. That's not showing love toward God. He's showing you how you love him with these commandments. Go ahead.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Go ahead.
You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you.
So now he dealing with those tattoos. So he told you, he like, look, you don't mar the corners of, around the corners of your heads, neither do you mar the corners of your beard. Then he turned around and say, ye should not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. So you know how we like to run around and get all these tattoos? That's wrong to the Lord. Nor make prints upon you. Keep reading, verse 29.
Do not prostitute thy daughter, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. You should keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.
That's good. So he's sitting here now. He told us, don't prostitute your daughters, right? But in the same place where he said don't prostitute your daughters, he said keep the Sabbath day. Now we know that we're not gonna prostitute our daughters. You know, I mean, we common sense gonna tell you I ain't gonna be selling my daughter. I hope you not. But if you doing that, that's wrong too. But at the same time, in that same place, he said keep the Sabbath. So how we gonna do away with one and keep the other? That ought not to be. Then he said we don't deal with familiar spirits, you know, messing with the Ouija board and doing all that crazy crap, dealing with the dead, or trying to deal with the really it ain't even the dead you're gonna be dealing with. You're gonna be dealing with these unclean angels that's running around on this earth. You know, we got more classes on that as you'll learn in the future. But let's go over to Isaiah chapter 44. So the Lord is showing us how you serve Him and how you deal with Him and love Him, because He said on these two, loving the Lord with all your heart and loving your neighbor as yourself, paying all the law and the commandments. And we seeing that Isaiah chapter 44, and let's pick this up at verse 8.
Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and I have declared it? Yes, even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me?
No.
Yea, there is no God. I know not any.
Keep going.
They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit.
So we talking about these crosses and with the Jesus. Y'all still got Jesus hanging on the cross, on your neck. And everybody wearing it like it's a fad. But at the same time, you don't want to put no gas chamber around your neck. Or you don't want to put no rope that we was used to lynch us. But that's what that cross was all about, brothers and sisters. It was made to kill people, punish people for doing wrong. And in some cases, like Jesus' case, it was punishing him and he didn't even do nothing wrong. Keep reading though.
And they are their own witnesses. They see not nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who have formed a god or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing. Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up, yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together.
Go ahead.
The smith with the tongues both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arm.
So he's telling you how these graven images are made. Basically, he's trying to show you man make these things. They don't just make, they don't pop themselves. When you go down to these Catholic churches of Catholicism and you see all these different idols that they sitting here, man done made these idols. That Virgin Mary, she ain't got no power. Keep reading though.
Yea, he is hungry and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule. He marketh it out with a line. He fitted it with planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house.
Go ahead.
He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain doeth nourish it.
Go ahead.
Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god, and worshipeth it. He maketh it a graven image, and falleth down thereto. He burneth part thereof in the fire. With part thereof he eateth flesh,